you guys are partnering with PetSmart.
Yes, ma'am. When we were familiar that PetSmart was coming into the area, we contacted them and wanted to become adoption partners with them so that we could increase our number of cats being adopted. Honestly, we were not adopting out hardly any cats. People that come to the shelter are coming to adopt dogs. So with PetSmart working with us, we have our numbers in 1 month are almost the same as they are in 3 months. So we are being able to triple our adoptions of cats. So that's wonderful news.
So you basically just take them to PetSmart and they do what you guys, would do with more people go through there.
Right. They do have an interview with them, and our adoption fee over there for pets is $65. But the fee is a little higher there, but they're already altered, have all their vaccinations, and they have their rabies vaccination.
And how many cats do you guys have a month, or would you average that are coming in?
As far as adoptions, I think that our adoptions were about 57 in 1 month. And that speaks huge volumes at the shelter because, honestly, because cats are very frequent, just, someone standing in front of Walmart giving them away. Mm-hmm. Why do they want to come to an animal shelter and adopt a cat when they can get them plentiful at other resources? So I think that it's wonderful that we have PetSmart as an adoption partner. It's helping save lives, and that's what they're here to do. They're here to, this organization is here to try to help save lives, and they are helping our animal shelter.
What would help y'all out? Is there anything that would help y'all out as far as being able to get more animals out and adopted, or at least spayed and neutered? Is there anything that y'all could use?
Well, we're working on a volunteer program right now, and we'd like to get some help in the shelter because we are getting more animals in here. And we do have a process where we have just a little interview where we make sure we get someone that's compatible to be able to work out in the kennels, or if maybe in the front helping us out. That would be helpful.
Because our staff are so busy just taking care of the basic needs of the pets, we don't always get that opportunity to do a one-on-one training with that animal. And that would help the animals get placed into homes. If we know that they can sit, stay, come, they're house trained, because those are all things that people are looking for. They're looking to come into a shelter and be able to have a background history on an animal and know what they're getting,
We have these volunteers that go back out as cheerleaders for us. There's so many good stories, success stories with the animals that come out of the shelter. Matter of fact, you even told me about one yesterday.
A dear citizen that actually came and helped with some of our adopt-a-thons and came in and would walk the dogs. I just recently found out that she lost her home. It burnt to the ground. And the dog that she adopted from our shelter alerted her of the fire. And had the dog not barked, she may not be here today. So it was a really moving and touching story, and it just, some days it's hard when you work here because you get negatives all day, just problems and situations, and it's nice to hear that there are some positive things. That feedback is important for us to continue on to do the good job that we do here, and that we try to help our citizens. That's our goal. That's our mission.
And really the big thing we have to go with now is trying to get transfers going to rescues and get adoptions up until we can get the spay and neuter programs out there.
People, when they are, whether they adopt from the shelter or if they get pets from other resources, you need to think long term, how long that pet's life expectancy is, and I would say at least a minimum of 20 years you may own that pet and need to care for it, feed it, provide it medical care and things like that. So, and you can do a basis of about $700 a year for one pet. Now obviously if you own equine or other things like that, that number doubles. And vet care doubles because it's a larger breed animal, takes more to feed, and maintenance is more. And also too, different breeds of dogs require more health. They have more health issues, so they require more maintenance. So that's definitely something that you want to educate yourself on when you're looking to take in an animal. Our citizens, we have just had so much support, from the veterinarians, and at this moment I would just like to thank them for all of their support and the donations that we receive, and just thank you, Santa Rosa County, for everything that you do to help your animal shelter.
Y'all have a night box. How does that work? People actually will drop their unwanted animals off in the box?
Yes, ma'am. After business hours, at the end of the day, we open the night boxes at 4:30. These are available to the public to leave animals that either they find as strays or owner surrenders. We do provide cards out there in front of the night boxes, and we just ask that you would please fill those out, because it helps give us some information where that stray was found, so that we can help reunite them with their owner. Or if it's your own pet, filling out that information is vital to us to help place that animal up for adoption. So please just take a few moments to fill out those cards, because they're very important to that animal's well-being.
And do y'all get a lot of people's pets in here and then they have to come in and bail them out? I mean, is that more or less common than just the strays?
It's probably less common. And I do want to encourage people that when you get those tags from your veterinarian's office for the rabies, please put it on them on a collar and leave it on them. Probably 90% of the animals that come through our shelter's doors have no identification. So we're basically hopeless in trying to help you reunite you with your pet. If they're microchipped, please make sure that that information is kept current and up to date. Also with the rabies tag, that we can't find you if you've moved and you haven't changed your address. So please remember to do that.
Now we have one more thing to talk about, and we're cutting it close on time, so we'll do what we can with it here. But let's talk about the Maritime Park.
Well, of course, a couple weeks ago we reported that there was an issue with them letting people speak during public meetings.
Right.
And at that time we were introduced to Judge Lacey Collier.
Yeah, he's just a very nice fella.
Well, here he is responding to the Pensacola City Council several months ago when they asked him about letting people speak during these meetings. They had not been allowed to do so.
Well, we could certainly consider that. Quite frankly, I'm not sure that we are a board like you are that fits into the norm. We are making perhaps technical decisions, and I don't know what people have to say about it, or what they could offer us to assist. Quite frankly, I'm not sure that I care what some other citizen thinks, whether it should be Land Capital or Trinity, because that's just their opinion, and I'm the one that's got to cast that vote.
Well, now, Deborah isn't that nice. He doesn't know if he really cares if anybody expresses an opinion. He doesn't think it really matters, because notice how he said he is the one that has to make the decision.
Well, actually, what's happened now is there's a lawsuit that's been filed. The Pensacola City Council ordered the Maritime Park Board to begin allowing people to present comments during those meetings, and they did begin doing that. People can, at the beginning of the meeting, they have a few minutes to present comments now, but the lawsuit refers to the period before comments were allowed during those meetings.